I'll read it again. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 2. When they shall see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear.
Right, so when they start seeing the Lord coming with his armies, right, the chariots, they're going to be in fear. They're going to be shook themselves. Okay, because deep down in the minds of these other nations, they know that the Lord is going to come back. They may not know it consciously, but subconsciously they know that the Lord is going to come back and do damage and deliver the elect.
Speak the truth, brother.
That's what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? And we also keep on.
And shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation.
Right, and they shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation. So that's what's going to go down. So when we're saved down here, people are going to bug out, man. Like, what the hell is going on? What the hell am I seeing? I'm seeing a group of, so-called young black men, niggas, right, as they call us, brother, and they getting beamed up. Like, what the hell is going on there? So, miraculous things are going to happen. Great miraculous things are going to happen.
It's a little bit more here.
Go on.
So far beyond all that they look for.
Right.
All right.
That's it.
And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit.
Right.
Shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision.
And you could do. Somebody get me Zechariah 5, just real quick, and then I'm going to give it back to you, brother.
And a proverb of reproach.
Right, a proverb of reproach, because they never ever thought that we was going to come to, some sort of glory. They always believed that we're not going to be nothing. We're never going to amount to anything. We don't have a future of greatness to come. They always thought that we was going to be at the bottom. You understand? But that's not going to happen no more. When the Lord rises up to the scene, Yahweh Shai rises up to the scene, which is what we're seeing a glimpse of right now, okay? Hey, everything's going to change.
Yes, brother.
Instead of you having this thing called white supremacy, you're going to have a thing called Israelite supremacy.
Say Israelite rulership, man.
Israelite rulership.
Rule over them.
That's what you're going to have. You understand? So everything's going to change. And things are gradually changing anyway. You understand? So read that.
Alright, I'll read it again, yeah?
Actually, drop that. Get me Zechariah the 5th chapter.
5 and 1, yeah?
Yeah, 5 and 1. So this is the power we serve, brothers. We serve a majestic power, great power. All right? And if the Lord can do such greatness as he's done in the past, and you can still see that his greatness is there, just by looking at nature on how the earth is building, man, hey, the Lord is going to do great things for our people, man. Starting with the elect, those that truly believe in his name. Go on.
Zechariah 5 and 1. Then I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll.
Right.
And he said unto me, what seest thou?
Yep.
And I answered, and I see a flying roll.
Right, he saw a flying roll because back then they didn't have no planes back then. They didn't have helicopters back then. So what else was in the sky flying? Had to have been what you call a so-called UFO, which is known in the Bible as the Chariots of the Lord, or the heavenly hosts. Okay, those are the things that was flying in the sky at the time, during the time of Zechariah. Go on.
The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits.
Yeah.
Then said unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth.
So it's a curse unto the other nations. And the 2/3, and mainly the so-called white man, which his real name is Esau and Edom. So it's a curse unto him, because what it really represents is that he's going down. He's going to be destroyed. He's going to be taken out of power.
Speak it, brother.
That's what that means. So it's a curse unto Esau, but it's a blessing unto us, because you got to understand it's going to be a change of worlds. So simultaneously, as this society comes crumbling down, we're going to be on the rise. All right, and it's going to be spearheaded by the one and only who the world called Jesus Christ, Yahweh Shai, which is the so-called black man.
Bring up the truth, brother. Bring up the truth, brother.
All right, that's who's going to come and deliver. Go on.
For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off, as on this side, according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off, as on that side, according to it.
And we also understand that this society was already set up by thievery, and guess what? The so-called white man in this court system, guess what he'll have you do? Swear in the Bible.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's read that verse again.
Alright, read that verse again. Alright. Zechariah 5 verse 3. Then he said unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off, as on this side according to it.
That's it.
And everyone that sweareth shall be cut off, as on that side according to it.
That's it. That's it. So that's the bottom line, man. That's the bottom line. All of these nations that afflicted our people, that stole lands, took things that was ill-gotten. Okay? Or should I say that have ill-gotten things? Let me say that better. Hey, that's a curse unto them.
Right.
Not unto us. Alright, so that's all I wanted to say.
Got a bit more here.
Alright, go on.
Alright, verse 4. I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief.
What's going to enter into the house of the thief?
Oh, beautiful.
The chariots, man.
Look how beautiful the red one there. Oh, look at the red one. The red one. The red turn red. Where? Look at the cloud. See the cloud? You see that flash of red? Where? Cloud. Another one there. Red. Look at turn red. You see red? Red. Red. Are you sure, brother? He's turning red. That's a chariot, brother. Look at turn red. No, that's a red. Ooh. Look at flashing red. That's not blue. That's a beautiful chariot. Beautiful chariot. Right.
Can you see it, brother?
Nah, I can't see it on the camera. I won't get it on the camera.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Red. I've never seen a chariot turn red.
Brother's looking at, brother.
You see that cloud there? Yeah, it's going this way. Watch. It's gonna turn red. Wait. It's gonna turn red. There it is. You see it? Yeah. That's not a balloon, man.
That's not a balloon, bro.
Look, the light.
You see right there. You see turn red. Look at red spot. Look at red spot. Oh shit. You see no? Is that turn red? No, see it. That is the beautifulest chariot I've ever seen. That's red. That's the beautifulest chariot I've ever seen. Yahweh Hashem Yahshai.
That cannot be a balloon.
That's red. I've never seen a red chariot before.
That's bloodshot red.
That's bloodshot red. Bloodshot red. I've never seen that in it. Oh, try get it on camera. Oh, try get it on camera.
Bring it down to over there, man.
Right.
Taz, you see it, Taz? Taz, you see it?
Please let me find my wallet, please.
I can see it.
Come on, man. That's Get us out of here, Lord. Get us out of here.
Yeah, get us out of here.
That is the most. I've never seen a red.
But you see it, it's flashing red.
It's flash red.
It can't be a balloon then. It can't be a balloon.
I will show you. You know, though, brothers, we gotta focus, man. We gotta get back.
Yeah. It's up there, Ark. It's up there.
Because, hey, man, hey, you know, the scripture says, "Be not dismayed." You know what I mean?
It's up there.
So we gotta focus, man.
I can see it now in my eye.
We gotta focus.
Let me go back to this one.
No, it's all right.
Yeah.
We still gotta do the work, you know.
I can see it.
It's a beautiful thing. Get them scriptures. You shall see signs and everything.
Yeah.
Actually, no, get Ezekiel 1. Better yet.
Acts 2:16.
Yeah, Ezekiel 1. Finish
Well, they lost.
Yeah, we finished that.
Yeah, let me finish this, sir. Right. Zechariah 5, verse 4.
Good.
I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts.
Right, what is he going to bring forth? The chariots of the Lord, man.
It's going up higher now.
You understand what I'm saying? So, if you notice, a lot of these phenomena are being seen on the earth, and they're being seen in our own eyes, man. So that's showing you right there that we about to get the hell out of here, brothers. We about to get the fuck out of here, man. Because you even got the brothers that are, in central London, they be getting chariots too. Yeah. You understand? And they always come around the cat area.
Yeah.
So I wonder why they always coming over here. Because we're the men. We're potentially the men of the law. Okay? So go on.
I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the
Right,
thief.
the house of the thief is this society, this Romanized system, this empire, the so-called white man's world, as we know that. That's where it's going to enter into the house of what? The thief. Because how did Esau get everything? He stole it. Okay? So when the Lord enters into the rooms of this earth, really the Lord is going to enter the rooms of Esau, because he's the face of the earth right now. Okay? So these chariots, man, when they come by the dozen, man, it's gonna be something you've never seen in your life. It's gonna be worse than the movie. Because now you actually seeing it in your own eyes, man. Go on,
Yeah.
brother.
And into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name.
Right, and that's the so-called white man. He will tell you to swear in the courts by using the Bible and all of that stuff. Like, for example, when you have a prime minister or a president, especially in America, what does the president have to do? He has to swear.
Yeah.
Okay? He has to take an oath or inaugurate himself in there. All right? So, hey man, this stuff was through. This man is through, and we on the horizon now, man. The Lord is starting to hear the cries of the elect. That's what's happening right now. Okay? So, hey man, it'd be a silly thing to just fall out of the truth in these days and times, man. You gotta be a dumbass.
Can I bring this picture out?
Go on, bro.
It's at Luke 21 and 11. It says, and it says, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines, and pestilences, and fearful sights, and
Right,
great
and
signs,
fearful sights. Go on.
and great signs, and great signs shall there be from heaven.
Right, and great signs shall that be from heaven. We looked up into the heavens, and we're seeing those great signs. So those signs are an indication of what's to come. Are an indication of the end of the so-called Europeans, of their rule, their empire, and the beginning of ours. So this is where everything's going for. All right. So when you're hearing stories about this war, and you're reading articles about what's going on with the people, the rioting going on, all of that is all going to lead to the demise or the ending of this Roman Empire. Okay, we just saw a couple of chariots. We saw two chariots. We saw a white chariot and we saw a red chariot with it. All right, and it blinked. So what is that showing us? That's showing us that the Lord is about to change things around for our benefit, man. And the Lord is going to perform what He said going all the way back millenniums ago. He's going to perform that which is of the covenant. Okay, and it's proven time after time after time that we are the children of Israel, man. You so-called blacks, you so-called Latinos and Native American Indians, that's on the sign to show you. Right? It's proven time after time, the spirit, that we are the children of Israel.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother.
Okay, we're not blacks, we're not West Indians, we're not Afro-American. We're the children of Israel, man. That's our stigma. That's the name that's become a stigma to us now. We're the children of Israel, man. All right? We're the children of Israel.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
And that's the vibration we got to push out there,
Right.
man. All right, like I'm going to say it again. You so-called Negroes that went on cargo slave ships, you so-called Latinos, all right, that were dominated by the Spaniards, okay, and you so-called Seminole Native American Indians, you are the children of Israel, man. And we're the children of God. That's who the hell we are, man. It is proven time after time after time, man. All right, that we're the greatest people the Lord has ever created.
And let me tell you something, we're going to talk about the different signs that we're seeing from heaven. You have to understand is that we are also a sign. We're standing out here in the highways and byways. We're also a sign. We're also a representation of the downfall of the society, of Esau's world. Okay? Because whenever a kingdom went down, whenever something major was to go down, prophets were always sent out to prophesy those comments or those eventualities. Okay? I want to get that. I think it's
Devil in watching.
Yeah.
Watching.
The devil, innit?
Yeah. Sorry, no, watching.
You can read their spirit, man.
right, this is Ezekiel 24 verse 24. Thus
demons?
Ezekiel is unto you a sign.
Right. Oh.
According to all that he have done shall ye do, and when this cometh, ye shall know that I am the Lord God. So it says, thus Ezekiel is unto you a sign. So the prophets are a sign. Alright? When you see men in the highways and byways prophesy, say, yo, this is gonna happen, man. This is gonna happen. You better get yourself right, stop doing all that wickedness.
Thank you, brother.
You better stop all that. Otherwise, judge such and such is gonna wind up happening to you, man.
Beautiful.
Okay? Because when the fucking comes, there's not gonna be no door of mercy open for you.
No, brother.
Alright? So now's the time to get your shit together. Alright? Because you see all the signs that our ancient ancestors prophesied of. You see it all showing you is speaking and not lying. It says in the end they shall speak and not lie. Don't tarry, wait, because it will surely come. So a man losing patience. Okay? But in the highways and byways in these latter days, the prophets of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, the spirit of the prophets is subject to the prophets and will be out here according to Luke chapter 14.
Here's the prophets, brother.
Let's get it right now.
I'm looking at the prophets now, brother.
Right.
Look at the prophets,
You're
brother.
among them. You're among
I'm
them,
among the
brother.
prophets, yes.
And you're going to get the same reward as us. That's right.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
That's right.
Hope so.
You're going to get the same reward.
Hope so, brother.
Get that. Go back to 15, verse 15. All right. So that shows them chariots show you right there that we're supposed to be in King's Cross.
Yeah.
We're not meant to be in Brixton or nowhere else.
Good. There you go, brother. You speaking
go,
in that.
Okay, because right there they're showing you that we followed the correct order. Because the order came down, we're meant to be based. The order from the tabernacle of Dawada of David said that we're meant to be in King's Cross.
And
that's what the spirit has ordered us to be here.
That just
And
shows
them
you.
chariots showing you that
Yes.
that is an ordination
That's it.
on high. To be in King's Cross.
In other words, those chariots are just showing you brothers that I'm watching over you. Yeah? That chariot could have been 100 miles down that way, you know. You
Down
could have
that
seen
way,
it.
down
But it
that.
was right there.
Oh, down
there, and you couldn't see it.
Right.
The same way down in central London, we see them all the time down there. And the chariots are just saying that, brothers, I'm with you. And here they show you today, they say that they're with you. Chariots with you.
Right.
And you know too, brother, took it back what you were saying about the King's Cross situation, right? Because even when we came down there before, when when Lakamar was on the scene, I saw chariots too. I was still seeing chariots in King's Cross. So this is the right spot to be in.
We're supposed to be here. No matter how much heathens come up here, how much Jake wars us, so what? That's them. That's on them. That's something that they're gonna have to do. All right. But the point is that we follow the correct order. All right. Not being willful and going teaching wherever we want to teach.
Yes.
All right.
We let everyone decide.
We've got plenty of signs, isn't it? Oh, really? Okay, well, here we go.
All right. Not being unwillful, despising government. Despising government.
Despising order.
What does that mean, despising government? Meaning there's an order in the churches, man. You had the bishops, you had the different officers, okay, deacons, all right. You had in a body, you had different ligaments and different body parts of the body that all performing their function.
Yes.
But they're all very important. They all comprise the body. All right. So all body parts are needed. The eyes, the nose, the lips, the tongue, the brain, and all the faculties need to be a part of the body for it to function properly. So in this church, every man is given an order, and we were given an order to say, listen, your base is here, King's Cross, all right? And the Spirit spoke through Raquelcom, or Ramar to Raquelcom to us, and said, here, this is where it is. And that's why the Chariots validated our position.
And
station.
It's like and Yahweh Shai giving us drinks 2 weeks ago, man.
Right.
Yeah, that was bad.
No,
I saw that.
yeah?
Yeah, I saw that video.
That shows you that wherever we go, give me Psalms 91 verse 1.
And you know too, brother, and just to inject, just real quick, it just goes to show you as well that we're rolling in the spirit of the Lord. We're not rolling by our own spirit. Like many other guys that we know. They're just doing their own thing and rolling on their own spirit. Yeah. You gotta correlate with the spirit of Yahweh Shai, man. That's how everything functions and benefits. Okay? And that's how you know you in good standing in the eyes of the Lord. When you rolling with him. Okay? That's all I wanted to say.
Psalms 91 and
Verse 1.
verse 1, yeah? Right. Psalms 91, verse 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High.
Now listen closely. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High
shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
Shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. So let me read. It says, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High, meaning those of us that have the secrets of the Most High, that we dwell within the scriptures, man. Okay, our names are written in these secret places, man. All right, in the books. When the books is open before the firmament, all these signs and all these prophecies speak and don't lie. All right, so we dwell in the secret place. What does it say? Shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty, meaning the Most High is going to protect us, man. And then the chariots is a part of that, man. That's the shadow of the Almighty dwelling over us, man. Are watching over us, okay? Scripture says he has care for his saints, Okay, He careth for His elect.
And
Right.
also the scripture says that He will be in the midst of us like in Mount like in what is it
Sinai.
in Sinai.
Sinai, right?
Yeah.
Right. You understand what I'm saying? It says, do my prophets no harm? You got scriptures like that, man. And also it reminds me of yeah, it's just, yeah, we don't need to go in because I want to go back to the point. Go to Isaiah 4. And then we're going to stop it at that. So go to the end of verse 5.
Verse 5, yeah? Isaiah chapter 4, verse 5. And the Lord will create upon every dwelling place of Mount Zion and upon her assemblies
So put wherever our dwelling places may be in the kingdom, right? Go ahead.
a cloud and smoke by day, and a shining of a flaming fire by night.
Right, a flame of fire by night, man, and a pillar of cloud by day. Meaning wherever we are, our refuges, there's going to be a chariot wherever we are, man. Okay, watching over us, go ahead.
For upon all the glory shall be a defense,
For upon all the glory of our nation, there shall be what? Defense, go ahead.
and there shall be a tabernacle for a shadow in the daytime from the heat, and for a place of refuge, and for a covert from storm and from rain.
Right, so in the kingdom there's going to be heat, man. So it's going to be hot for the heathens, bro. It's going to be very, very hot, man. But we're going to get that shade over us. But the heathens, they're not going to get no damn shade.
Why? Because it's our rest. The kingdom is our rest. Right now we cannot rest. We have to keep laboring, man. Keep going, keep laboring in truth. No matter if you got sickness or whatever.
It doesn't matter, man.
Doesn't matter. Just keep going, man. Like that woman said it on that. That woman said it on that Stephen Lawrence documentary. She goes, "They've always done this to us, but we gotta keep going. That's what you gotta do." But a lot of our people, they've given up, man. That's why they're bugged out the way they are, man. Illusions that the so-called white man loves them and cares about them.
But the devil has no tricks over us, man. We see straight through his shit.
Right.
Right? We see through his shit. The Most High have mercy on us, man. By giving us his truth. But we're not groping around in darkness like the 2/3 of our nation.
Right.
Looking all stupid in the streets of Babylon, man. Looking all ridiculous and stupid, man.
Exactly.
Blonde weaves. Motherfucking skin tight jeans. Blood colour in their hair. Completely lost, man. Right? High tops and all kind of madness, man. Where? Tops. Where? Cash.
It's in Luke 14 and 15, and it says, and when one of them that sat at meat with him heard these things.
So at once, Yahushua speaking, you know, while they were eating, and you know, you had brothers, the disciples there, and this is what one said, man.
He said unto him, Blessed is he that shall eat bread in the kingdom of the Most High.
So Yahushua said to him, blessed is he that shall eat bread in the kingdom of the Most High. That's not talking about everybody. Ain't one motherfucking
2/3.
right, all right. Even the 2/3, they're gonna be eating bread, man. They're gonna be eating nice and pretty. See it? All right. So we're all gonna be eating.
Bellies, man.
But the ones who's gonna get first pick of the kingdom, first fruit is the first fruits, man, which is the elect. So we're gonna be eating bread first, man. All right. And I also, read up.
And it says, Then said he unto him, A certain man made a great supper and bade many.
Right. So a certain man made a great supper and bade many. All right. That man, a great man, is Yahweh. And he's making a supper. Now when you look up the word supper, it's also feast.
Right.
You'll see feast there. Look up the word supper definition in Google. And because I did it, and the word feast is there. That's one of the definitions of the word supper. Alright? Now what I want you to know is before any man took on a woman to be his wife and have sex with her, there was always like a feast. there was always like a marriage ceremony, there was always like a feast. Alright? I'm not gonna try and get it.
Hold it.
You can get that. There's also one in Genesis I'm gonna try and get.
I think it's told before. The allergy season.
You gotta make sure. One.
Yeah, man, I mean, as you can see, you know, things are happening around us. You know what I mean? And, hey, man, this is all through the spirit that we were the ones that were chosen to be a part of this truth and to see the signs of heaven. Because you got a lot of jakes, like the brother was saying, you got a lot of our people. And I'm gonna keep it real, I'm gonna keep it balanced, right? Because you do have a lot of our people that are waking up. You have a large amount of our people that are running out of these churches. Okay, especially the younger generation, because they're looking for answers and that sort of thing. So Israel's kind of waking up, but if it's set up for them to receive the truth, they're going to receive the truth if they're part of the elect. Okay, because the Lord is going to gather in the elect. That's who the Lord is going to gather. But there is a great awakening that's happening amongst, you know, the younger generation of our people that are running out of the churches. You know,
that's real. But now I'm getting this. I was going to confirm a point that I'm making about feast, man. Alright?
So Genesis 29 and 20, and it says, and Jacob served 7 years for Rachel.
Hold on, read that again.
And Jacob served 7 years for Rachel.
So Jacob served 7 years for this fine, gorgeous looking so-called black woman, Hebrew woman.
And they seemed unto him but a few days for the love he had for her.
So that's how hard Jacob was working. And the years passed by quick time, man. Because all he's thinking about was her, man.
yeah, I was gonna say that you want to know what this is about.
Yeah. Don't try to keep on the side, man. Because he's just formulating the whole thing, man. So it's inside. Okay, so basically, Jacob, that's the type of love that he had for this woman, Rachel, right? So, because the woman back then were on a higher level, physically, all right?
And it says, and Jacob said unto Laban, give me my wife, for my days are fulfilled.
Yeah, so when them days were fulfilled and 7 years were done, he approached Laban and said, look, I've worked hard as a motherfucker, man. Now, give me your number. You know, I've given you my service, now you owe me. Give me your daughter. And then Laban, he can't talk rubbish because he did it. He did the work.
And it says, and Laban gathered together all the men of the place.
So Laban gathered all the men of the place together
and made a feast.
And made what? A feast. And made a feast.
And it came to pass in the evening that he took Leah, his daughter, and brought her to him. And he went in unto her.
So he had sex after they had that ceremony, after they made that feast. All right. That's how things were done in ancient times, man. So let's go back. We'll go back to 14. No talking on the side, bro.
So back to Luke 14 and 16, and it says, then said he unto him, a certain man made a great supper and made many.
Yo, Taz,
if they go question, they're gonna come
they're
gonna come up here, man.
There's order, brother.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
And it says, Luke 14 and 17 says, and he sent servants at the supper time to say to them that were bidden, come, for all things are now ready.
Right, the kingdom of heaven is now at hand. All right, the knowledge of the scriptures is now made available. 7 seals are now loose for the understanding of us being the Israelites. Okay, the salvation is for us. All right, the name of the Most High and His Son. All right, is now accessible. I'll go read that
Verse
here.
11.
Are you guys Christians?
And where we control the real Christians. Because the ones you see in church, they're going by paganistic Roman Catholic religion. You understand what I'm saying? That's what they're going by. They're going by all of that. So that's not the real Christianity of the Bible. The Christianity you're seeing being taught now, that's not the Christianity being taught 2,000 years ago. It was very different. Because you have to understand that people out West Africa, like where are you from? Yeah, them people are Israelites. All the Bantu, Ghana, those people are not Africans. The real Africans are like the Somalians,
Where are you from?
Nigeria, Jamaica. But now if people like Namibia, Sudan, Dinka, those are the real Hamites, the people of Africa. The word Africa is like a white man's word. The white man labeled that continent Africa. Right, so we're not Africans. Right, the people of West Africa, we migrated from the land of Israel. Like the people of Igbo, the Igbo people, they'll tell you that. Because when I went to Lagos, there was like an elder man from the Igbo people, and he asked me a question. Right, get that. He asked me a question. He asked me, do you know how we got to West Africa? That's what he asked me. And then I said, yeah, the Roman persecution, they burnt the temple, and that's how you fled into North, East Africa, West Africa. And he said, yeah. He said, that's what we, the Igbos, that's what we believe. That's what they believe. All right? And we're about to prove it right now. That's how I found out. That's how I was able to answer his question.
This is a book, Babylon to Timbuktu, page 84.
Right.
And it says, in year 65 BC, the Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem.
They captured Jerusalem in 65 BC, right?
Yep.
Well,
in 70 AD,
in 70 AD,
General Vespasian and son Titus put an end to the Jew state with great slaughter.
Right, so a man called Vespasian and Titus, right? And then there was a man called Domitian Caesar, he was the brother of Titus. He set up like the Ark of Titus, you can Google it. It's like a big monument down there in Italy right now. You're right. Right, to commemorate how they conquered us in Jerusalem. Because that's where we originally came from. That's what you have to understand. Our ancestors, the people of West Africa, their ancestors before them, they were from Jerusalem. They were from those regions. You understand what I'm saying? All right. Bring out anyway.
During the period of the military governors of Palestine, many outrages and atrocities were committed against the residue of the people.
Right. So we have got a long history of Esau. Go ahead.
And why does it say residue? Because many people fled, man, before that. During the period from Pompey to Julius, it is estimated that over 1 million Jews fled into Africa, fleeing Roman persecution and slavery.
Yeah, so we have got a long history with Esau, man. The transatlantic slave trade is not the beginning of it, man. That is not the beginning of it. A lot of our people go and say, oh, black history, and then they start with the transatlantic slave trade.
That's it.
Like, that's it.
Right.
Yeah, what about
It's
before
only
that?
that our people, we don't know prior times, man. We don't know our actual history. That's why they call it black history. Because it's like a big question mark. Like black history.
Dark ages.
Black history. Like other races are not black. Like other races of people are not black too. Black history. So that's everybody's history then. Except white people, right?
Yeah, even Ham, brother Ham.
That's black history too.
Aborigine history.
Aborigine, that's